Hey guys, RC here. I'm going to do a review of the Stampede. You guys were actually being nice to me about the Rustler. Now I'm going to talk about the Stampede. Now, the way I do reviews, I do it as a monster truck, Rustler as a stadium truck, SC10 as short course truck, whatever. Now, this Stampede, it's a decent truck actually. It's not heavy where you gotta go, oh, it's so heavy. And it doesn't, well, I'll explain it in the review. Okay, number one, handling. How does it do? Well, as a monster truck, you would expect it to traction roll a little bit, as you can kind of see right there. And as a monster truck, you would expect to have a little bit of understeer. Well, this one has a bit too much actually. I mean, there's monster trucks out there that has an LCG chassis and crazy steering and crazy power, that quadruple backflip savage armor trucks. It's actually not too bad actually. For a monster truck, I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. It's still kind of below average in my opinion, because it's a little too much traction roll and a little too much understeer just because of the high CG chassis. Jumping. Now this is what surprised me, guys. It doesn't jump like the Rustler does. It just goes. It doesn't land like a monster truck where it goes, like that. Only because this monster truck feels very light. I'm using it as a brush kind of deal because brush mowers are lighter and stuff like that. So I'm gonna give it. That's something to actually think about. So it jumps alright. I swear, it jumps alright. I mean, it's not perfect doing anything. I'm gonna give it, as a monster truck, a 6. Now that's actually being really fair because a monster truck usually is supposed to be bad when you compare to stadium trucks, short course trucks, and all that. Now number 3 is tunability. I'm gonna give it the same thing as the Rustler because, for one thing, it's the same thing as the Rustler. It has the same durability and everything, so I'm giving it a 3. Now for number 4, durability. Now this one's actually worse than the Rustler because, for one thing, you got big tires. No, actually that's it, just big tires and a high CG chassis. Big tires is what ruins the day. And it breaks more easily too, so it's the same breakages, but it just does it easier. I gave the Rustler a 3. I'll have to give it a 2 because it breaks faster. I gotta say, it does the same thing, but it breaks much faster. Okay, number 5, racer, basher, or just having fun racing or bashing with friends. Well, it's a basher, but you can also bash with your friends kind of deal because you can do, let's say, monster truck style with your friends, or you do monster trucking stuff. How does he do? Well, it kind of failed on me. I don't include tires, really. I mean, in my backyard, on that one run video, there was like a little, like a dirt clog, whatever it's called. It didn't do so well, actually. I mean, I don't know, it just, as a monster truck, it's supposed to be large, and it's supposed to go to road terrain like no problem. I gave the Rustler a 4, and this one is supposed to be, I'm gonna give it a same because one thing you gotta judge the Rustler as in trying to race with your friends. In this one, you go terrain with your friends basically. Just kind of like that. So 4 out of 10. Now for number 6 would be, is it fun? I gave a Rustler a 4. I had more fun with the Rustler Actually, I mean, for terrain use, this does better than the Rustler in a terrain just because it has a high CG and bigger tires. I mean, that's really it. And plus, I already mostly run on asphalt and, concrete. And plus, I go in the backyard. It does a little bit better than my Rustler in the backyard, though. I mean, that's the only advantage. Well, for one thing, you gotta talk about it as a monster truck. So, is it fun as a monster truck? I'll give it a 5. 1 point more than the Rustler, just because it jumps better. It kind of, I don't know. The landing, I cannot judge it too much because one thing, the shocks are not stock actually because the springs are so different. Okay, so 5 out of 10 for that. Now, number 7, parts availability. All you guys know is 10 out of 10. Now, upgrades. All you guys know, 10 out of 10. Number 9, coolness. For a Gravedigger, you got black. Everything's black. Green skid plates. Front bumper, green. Wheelie bar mount, green. Gravedigger body, which is just continuity, kind of stupid, scully, I don't know why. Servo, stupid, the electronics are stupid, well, I don't include that. Okay, I'll shut up about the electronics because I don't include electronics. So, coolness, I gave a Rustler a 3. I'll give it a 5. No, I'll give it a 4 because, I don't know, it's supposed to be, a monster truck's supposed to look really cool, not just basic, high center gravity chassis, monster truck, and there you go. So it's a 4. 1 point more than a Rustler because the one thing, stadium truck, and this one, the Gravedigger, is everything's black and everything. Value, 200 and, oh, it's $10 more than a Rustler? $10 more than a Rustler, you get a high center of gravity chassis and bigger tires. Tires are basically the same thing, you get body mounts, and I gave it 4 out of 10 with the Rustler. For $10 more, plus for the Monster Jam series, it's maybe, I think it's the same time. No, it's $20 more when you compare it to the Rustler. So, I don't know. I'll have to give it a 4, same as the Rustler, just because, a monster truck, here's how I base a monster truck. It's supposed to be large. This one feels small. It's shorter from the front axle pin to the drive shafts. That's how I base my length, and yet this is shorter than the Rustler. I don't get it. It should never be that way. I always see monster trucks as being, well, the width wider and lengthier. I just don't get it. And so I'll come back and give you a total score, and it ended up being 52 out of 100. So 1 point more than a Rustler. Just because, one thing that lets us down is tunability, durability. But as a monster truck, it's actually not too bad. Like for jumping and landing is actually pretty decent. The traction roll and the understeer is ridiculous. And so I gave it a fair shot. I mean, there's better monster trucks. Arma Raider. I think there's ECX Ruckus. There's a HPI Jump Shot, I believe. That's a new product from HPI, or it's just been out last year. Who knows? It's one of the newer products, I believe. I mean, there's better stuff. I don't know. I look at this, all I see is a Rustler, but lifted, bigger tires. That's all I see. So that's it, guys. Chevy Rossi, peace.